So yesterday, Hans Niemann did an Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and we are going to see if there's anything juicy in there. So as you can see, he did it on the r/chess Reddit, and he did it under his Endgame AI account. FYI, we probably will do a video on Endgame AI soon. Check it out, see what it's like. But let's get to it, right? First question that was asked: what's something about elite tournaments that fans completely misunderstand? Hans replied, how closed the system is. There are almost no open qualifiers for top super tournaments, leaving it up to the discretion of the organizer and often leading to incredibly subjective invitations. I have heard like there's a tournament in Sweden going on right now that Hans was complaining that he's not getting invited to because of Magnus. It's interesting how it works at the top. I'm sure there is a lot of politics involved. Next question. Did you like the Netflix doc? I watched it. I liked the Netflix doc. I thought it was good. I mean, it's kind of old news, but it was still interesting and brings in new fans, anyways, right? He replied, ever since the scandal began, I feel like my voice was overpowered by the mainstream media and the chess mafia's narrative. He loves to say chess mafia. From my perspective, they rewrote history and caused irreparable damage. Netflix is one of the largest platforms in the world, and I'm incredibly grateful to have had the chance to tell my story, despite the fact that most of the people they interviewed, Magnus, Hikaru, Chess Mafia figureheads, were obviously on the same side. I felt like my voice was heard and I felt inspired by the ending. I hope my story inspires the world to stand up to bullies. It was interesting. I'm surprised like he liked it. I guess they did let him say his side and say what he thought, and they did say like, oh, he's been improving rapidly and such and such. But yeah, it was a good doc, and obviously a lot of them were on the same side against him, thinking he was cheating. Next one. During the whole scandal time, were there any top players who supported you throughout? He said, I remember MVL and Aronian giving somewhat supportive answers, warning the chess world not to engage in a malicious witch hunt. However, I did not feel supported by my fellow American chess players or federation, which was incredibly disappointing at the time. I had a few friends who supported me privately, but the hysteria reached such an insane degree that everyone was afraid to stand up for me. I would say Agard's post discussing our training camp and his belief in my talent and strength was very much appreciated. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like everybody was believing he was cheating, so if anybody said anything, you were on the wrong side at that time. What's the value proposition for Endgame AI? This is something I'm interested in too because I've like slightly checked out the platform, but I haven't really gotten it. If you don't know, this is Hans Niemann's chess platform as a competitor for chess.com. But the question continues. I clicked and browsed, but it looks like the other chess platforms. Why would I change? Given the name, I was expecting some personalized plans made by AI, but I didn't see anything like that. Hans replies, we believe at Endgame that chess is a game for the people and shouldn't be controlled by a truly corrupt organization that doesn't care about the chess ecosystem. I'm assuming chess.com. The expanding and encroaching chess mafia has been terrible for the online chess ecosystem. Prize money has collapsed, tournaments disappeared. Online chess tournaments and prize money were at an all-time high in 2022. You had the Champions Chess Tour organized by PMG, which forced the chess mafia to compete with properly funded tournaments. Now that they acquired and tossed most of the assets aside, they aren't incentivized to properly support the professional chess ecosystem. With regards to education, we're planning on releasing an AI coaching product that we believe will be revolutionary. I will be interested in the AI coaching product to see if it's of any value. And I have seen that Endgame AI has been doing some tournaments. I saw like Saturday they did a tournament and there's some prize money. It's not a lot of prize money, but it is some prize money. And then he says the same thing again. At your level, what are you actually putting in to get better? Both positional as well as tactical, because you already know more than you don't. That is interesting because these guys are the best. It's not like you and me where we can get better pretty easy if we actually studied. Han says, at this stage, I feel like training consistency and focus are incredibly important. Raising your lowest level, becoming less susceptible to tilt and emotional swings. I had a 1 week training camp before Warsaw GCT where I almost exclusively played over the board blitz. Interesting, yeah. I feel like I'm susceptible to having, I don't know how to explain it, but playing my worst and staying at my worst. So my lowest level can be pretty bad if I'm at my lowest level. But when I'm good, I'm like pretty good, but like the lowest level is not good. Who is the most talented / naturally gifted chess player of all time in your opinion? And he replies, it's incredibly hard to compare talent between generations. If you disregard modern chess, Morphy would be the clear answer. I do like Paul Morphy. Without any serious training or coaching, he defeated all of the world's best players only to try and become a lawyer and eventually spiraling into insanity as many American champions seem to do at some point or another, aka Bobby Fischer. And a follow-up question. I'm pretty sure the answer will be the first American world champion. Not sure about the name though. And Hans replies, first American underwater freestyle chess champion. If you do not know who that is, it is Hans Niemann. Let's find a picture of that because it's actually kind of insane to think about. Look at Hans. Look at him go. I could be interesting. Maybe I should start competing in that. I hear that many chess players also enjoy board games. Do you like any board games in particular? What are some board games you've heard other players enjoy, if any? I like poker. I used to play a lot of Monopoly. Stratego, I don't know that game, was also a childhood favorite. I don't know that one. I know chess players like poker. I've seen Magnus play poker as well. I'm not great at it. Monopoly's fun. You know a board game that's sick? Is Risk. Risk is fun. When I was a kid, I used to just love playing it. Were you caught by surprise at how the Matan Even podcast went, or were you given a fair warning before the filming? That's actually interesting because those podcasts are off the wall. He replied, I obviously expected him to troll, but not to that degree. Anyways, I tried not to take everything too seriously, and I think it's important that chess breaks into the mainstream. I agree with Hans. Chess needs to get in the mainstream. W. Hans for going on that. And I think he did fine on it. I mean, of course, Matan is just going to try to troll, so I think you should just troll back and not take it so serious. Why is there so much secrecy around who is backing you financially? This is interesting. My only secret backer is the man above, he says. His only secret backer is God, apparently. Do any top chess players actually use all those BS AI chess apps, or do they just stick to ChessBase like they've done for decades? And he responds, I presume the top players mainly use ChessBase. All right, nothing special. We'll see if the AI stuff continues to grow in the chess world, see if it keeps improving. But chess is kind of like computers don't need AI. They've already solved it before AI. So how important, it could help with coaching though, maybe. How important is narcissism at the highest level of chess? Confidence, unwavering self-belief, extreme narcissism usually leads to delusion, which is far from ideal. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you think you're always the best and always are going to be winning, you're never going to take responsibility for your losses. Oh, we have a long one here. Okay. 1. How important is the physical aspect of chess? Do you work out or something similar as part of your training? 2. What do you think of the current candidate format? Personally, I prefer the interzonal tournament plus knockout matches format from the 1970s. How do you feel about that? 3. Do you look at engine games or correspondence games as part of your training? And 4. What's your favorite world championship match? Favorite game ever? Favorite world champion? Okay, this was a lot of questions in one. He has a kind of short response. He says, physical training is incredibly important. I've played tennis almost every day the past month. I like tennis too. Tennis is fun. I'm not that great at it, but it's fun. I think the candidates should go back to a match format. I think all tournaments should have some sort of match or knockout dynamic. For freestyle, I analyzed a lot of engine games to understand how they played in different structures, and then Fischer-Spassky 1972 by far. Of course, Bobby Fischer, the GOAT. Why do so many top-level chess players go insane? Example, Morphy and Fischer. He replies, the real question is, does chess make you insane, or does it keep the insane sane, and only when they step away from the game, their true nature is revealed? I think chess is not the one making them insane. I think these are already characters themselves, and eventually they spiral into it. But it could be the reason why they're so good at chess in the first place. What do you think your biggest weakness is in chess? He responded, being blacklisted by the chess mafia, but the situation is improving. Interesting response. What kept you going when the chess world at large had clearly turned against you? He responded, faith in trust and justice. I've given my entire life to chess. I could never consider giving up. Good on you. Good on you, Hans. How does your training routine look right now? Has it changed over the years? Tennis, chess, and swimming. So he's keeping active. He's playing. Same with me. I be going to the gym. And then I need to train more chess. I got the book. I've been reading it, but I'm a little slow. What makes Endgame AI superior to other chess platforms like chess.com and Lichess? Similar to the other question, he says, we are for the people, chess resistance. I will be checking it out. I do want to see what it's all about. Sup, Hans? How are you? Good. How are you? I'm doing good too, Hans. Thanks. And last question on the list. Will you be playing in the Olympiad in 2026? And he responded, I'm almost 100% sure I will qualify by rating. I really look forward to representing America for the first time in the Olympiad. I will be excited to see him there. More American players playing more top American players. You know, Hans is a character, but I do like him, and I do like that he's trying to make chess mainstream with the interviews he's been going on, and then he's doing stuff like this, engaging with the chess community. He's making Endgame AI. We'll see what that is all about, if it's legit. Yeah. Appreciate you all for watching. It's interesting to see what Hans thinks.